The meeting of the Southington Planning and Zoning Commission for Tuesday, September 16, 2025. Dave, can you please call the roll?
Sure. Alternate Commissioner Salmeri. Alternate Commissioner Gaida.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Ma.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Caird.
Here.
Commissioner Tedesco. Commissioner Sewell. Commissioner Coles.
Present.
Commissioner Britton.
Here.
Commissioner Chaplinsky.
Here.
Vice Chair Olowski.
Here.
And Chair Hammersley.
Chair Hammersley is here. I did hear from Commissioners Salmeri, Sewell, and Tedesco. We're going to see Commissioner Ma for Commissioner Sewell, and we'll see Commissioner Gaida for Commissioner Tedesco. With that, we have a quorum. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we can all remain standing for a moment of silent reflection, I would ask that you keep, as part of that, our thoughts on the recent assassination of Charlie Kirk in your thoughts as well, please. All right, thank you. Moving on to item number 6 on the agenda, looking for a motion to approve the minutes from our meeting on September 2nd, 2025. Commissioner Wolowski,
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September 2nd, 2025.
do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Britton with a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Also, we're looking for a motion to approve the minutes from our August 19th, 2025. As revised, those are revisions that appear on pages 4, 6, and 9. Do we have a motion to approve those? Commissioner Wolowski?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from August 19th, 2025, as revised on pages 4, 6, and 9.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ma with a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, Commissioner discussion. Commissioner Chaplinsky, you have something you want to share with us?
Yes, Chair, thank you very much. So, as you probably saw when you were first walking in, the, excuse me, the press release paper is present for the community workshop this Thursday to discuss any town feedback from our, for our POCD effort. This is kind of a low-key event in which there will be kind of stations set up so that if you want to come, you're not going to have to talk at the podium in front of everybody like typically we've done here. There's going to be a few tables set up in which our consultants will be here to answer questions. The POCD committee will be here. Other town reps will be here. So feel free to come out. It's at 4 o'clock, 4 to 7, I believe, Dave, right? 4 to 7 this Thursday here in this room. So if you did not take the survey especially, you know, this would be one of your 2 chances to come out and voice any type of feedback you'd like to give for the direction of the town for the next 10 years. It's a very important document outside of our zoning regulations. It's probably the second most important document, you know, at least for our purposes. So if you want your voice heard, we would definitely encourage you to show up and to just share your feedback. We very much value it. So that's it.
Okay, thanks, Todd. And I would reiterate what Todd had said, that it's a very important opportunity for people. And if you care about where the town of Southington is going over the next 10 years, this is exactly what you should do, is show up and share your thoughts with us. So I hope that everybody can make it. Any other subcommittee reports? Anyone? Okay, under item number 9, Chairman's comments, I'm just going to note that there was a flyer that we all received in the mail for the public. If you're not aware, the Capital Region Council of Governments, CROG, is holding a housing forum on Thursday, 9/24 this year at the First Congregational Church, my church, just down the street. It starts at 7 and lasts until 8:30. And, you know, just to quote what they have here, join us for a dynamic discussion on housing in the greater Hartford region. Voice your ideas and insights to help address the critical housing issues facing our region's cities and towns. I'll leave it at that. So if you have the opportunity and want to attend, by all means, feel free to do that. It's local, so it's not a bad drive. And the facilities at the First Congregational Church, I will vouch for as being very good. So I hope to see you all there. Moving on to item number 9, under public hearings, we have no items under that. Moving into our business meeting, item number 10, 10A, 3 Squared LLC, proposed zone text amendment for revisions to section 4 of the zoning regulations, special zones. The proposal includes adding section 4J entitled Affordable Housing Zone and AHZ to allow for the development of a multifamily community as a set-aside development as defined in general statutes 830G, A6, and to promote housing choice and economic diversity within the town of Southington. This is zone amendment number 620. Commissioner Wallowski.
Yes, I'm going to make a motion to deny ZA number 620 based on we don't want to limit the current owner or future owners of this particular parcel to be locked in as affordable moving forward.
Okay, we have a motion to deny. Do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second. Commissioner Wallowski, you want to talk about this, or
No, I'm
I'm
fine.
just going to leave it there?
I'm going to leave it there.
Okay, any further discussion from any members on this one? Okay, again, a yes vote is a vote to deny. A no vote would be a vote against denial. And I think that per Commissioner Wallowski's stated reason, this is, first of all, is not needed with regards, or not required with regards to any development, any affordable housing development. But looking forward, as we all know, because I say it often, our approvals or denials go with the land, they don't go with the owner. And I think that personally, and I think that the motion speaks to a belief that we don't want to lock in either the current owner or the future owner to have to develop an affordable housing development at that location anytime in the future, and that's why I will be voting in favor of the denial. Can you please call the roll, Dave?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Gaida?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallowski?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Hammers is a yes. Motion to deny is approved by 7-0. Item 10B, 3 Squared LLC, petition to change the zone district boundary from a business zone to an AHZ, or affordable housing zone. Property located at 1104 South Main Street, currently zoned as a business zone. This would be zone change 582. Commissioner Wallowski.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm going to make a motion to deny ZZ number 582 based on, without the text change, changing the boundaries a moot point.
Okay, we have a motion to deny. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Britton with a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Dave, can you please call the roll on this?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Gaida?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallowski?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Hammers is a yes. Motion to deny is approved by 7-0. Item 10C, 3 Squared LLC, site plan application for proposed development of a 65-unit multifamily residential community with associated site improvements, property located at 1104 South Main Street. This is zoned in a business zone, SPR 1897. Commissioner Wallowski.
Yes, I'm going to make a motion for number SPR 1897 to deny.
Do you want to elaborate on that, Steve?
The Planning and Zoning Commission of the Town of Southington, having reviewed the application of 3 Squared LLC for an affordable housing development located at 1104 South Main Street, hereby denies said application pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes 830G for the following reasons. Number 1, substantial public interest. The Commission finds that the proposed development presents substantial public interest in safety and other legally cognizable concerns, specifically inadequate on-site parking, thereby resulting in the likely need for residents and their guests to park on the public street, South Main Street. To be clear, the reason for denial is not based solely upon inadequate on-site parking, which but itself would not, in our opinion, be sufficient grounds for a denial. Rather, the high likelihood of on-street parking would result in significant safety hazards at the proposed access point due to limited sightlines and the close proximity to JFK Middle School. Number 2, balancing test. The commission finds that these substantial public interests clearly outweigh the need for affordable housing in this instance. While the commission recognizes the importance of providing affordable housing as required by 830G, the safety risks documented above are of such magnitude that they must prevail. Number 3, reasonable modifications considered. The commission further finds that these substantial public interests cannot be protected by reasonable modifications to this application. The commission considered whether modifications such as reducing density and altering site layout would adequately mitigate the identified safety risks. Based on the on-site reviews of the area and testimony, the commission finds that such modifications would not eliminate the identified safety concerns. Accordingly, pursuant to 830G, the application is denied.
Okay, so we have a motion for denial. Do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second. Is there, Commissioner Woloski, any discussion?
I would like to add, on multiple occasions, Attorney Gomes and her team told us we were not allowed to consider various design features. They were outside our purview because of 830G regulations. Items like the height of the building and obvious lack of parking. I'd like to address the parking issues for a moment. 63 proposed bedrooms, 70 parking spaces, which include 3 handicapped and 7 EV, basically suggesting 60 parking spaces unencumbered, leaving 0.95% parking spaces per bedroom. 0.95 parking spaces per bedroom. Parking ratios for the past 3 affordable housing projects in Southington include Hillcrest, which was 2.5 spaces per unit, Liberty Street, which was 1.75 spaces per unit for 1 bedroom, and 2 spaces per unit for 2 bedroom, and finishing with Lanning Street, 3 bedrooms per unit with 2-car garages and a driveway. The applicant cited Public Act 2129 as state standard with regard to parking requirement for affordable housing projects. Public Act 2129, Section 5 provides municipalities an option to opt out of parking provisions included in Section 44A9. Southington Planning and Zoning, this commission voted to opt out of parking provisions on 7/19/21 with a vote of 7-0. Southington Town Council voted to opt out of parking provisions on 10/25/21 with a vote of 9-0. Evidence that parking under the proposed project would pose a public safety hazard. How are we, as zoning officials, able to do our jobs and represent the citizens of Southington if we can't ask basic planning issue questions? This speaks to the greater problem with 830G. It's one-size-fits-all zoning coming from Hartford. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any other comments from any member of the commission? Caleb?
So I just want to speak a little bit to, and I think that what you spoke about was entirely true. Was entirely true with regard to the safety of that number of units and bedrooms compared to the parking at the property. My concern is similar to that, but I still want to add to it. If someone has a social gathering in an apartment, 2-bedroom, and they have 10 friends over, those 10 friends are going to park on the state road. That state road along that area is already posted for no parking. So the Southington Police Department will go, they'll tag those cars on the state road, and they'll have to be towed out. Now, we have a half a dozen cars, or however many that have to go there, and now we have to have a tow truck go out. And now, going down this state road, you have to have workmen on the side of the road risking their lives in traffic to try to pull out vehicles that shouldn't have been there in the first place. I'm not saying that it's the inevitable, but it's gonna have to happen. If I want to visit you, I like you, Steve. I want to go to your house. We want to have a cocktail or something together. But we're not going to be able to do that because I can't visit you unless I walk there. And I, you know, as much as it's really close to the rails to trails, I'm not walking to your house every time I want to see you. So, and that's why, that's where I come at this, is that it's just not realistic to not have any location for a visitor to come and park. Not on the state road, because there's no parking, not across the street at the restaurant, not across the street at the school. Those are for those businesses. Those are zoned, those parking is specific to those businesses, not for this building. And yeah, we do need affordable housing, but this is not safe. This is just not safe for the people that live there, for the people that visit there, and for the people who drive by there. And God forbid, if some accident was to ever happen and this went through, I would feel partially responsible for it because we said, yes, this is a good idea. I'm saying, no, this is not a good idea. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thanks, Caleb. Anybody else? Commissioner Britton?
Yes, to my colleague to my right, that echoes everything we're trying to say up here, right? We heard from the public. Over 40 of you got up here brave enough to write either a letter or speak in front of people. We heard you. You know, we heard from many professionals in the crowd. And you know what? We heard from professionals from the applicant too, right? But at the end of the day, you as the residents have everything to lose and they have everything to gain. So that's what I have to say.
Thanks, Rob. Anybody else? Commissioner
Yeah,
Chaplinsky?
I'd like
Yep.
to speak, yeah. So, I mean, following up similar to my colleagues here, you know, with 63 units, 70 spaces total with 3 handicap and 7 EV, less than 1 unit, or 1 space per unit, to me, is just not a safe situation at all. And to my colleague Caleb's point, if someone, you know, was to have a small even a small gathering of people over, where are these folks gonna park? If they're gonna park on, you know, on South Main Street, which at the end of the road has a bar and a municipal lot, and is at the end of a highway off-ramp, you know, I don't know exactly how safe that would be for people that are, you know, late at night or whatnot, or walking on the street. It's across from a middle school. I mean, the middle school has kids going in and out all the time. I am a parent of 2 young children, so you know, I do have that in the back of my mind, who do, you know, walk to and from school. Effectively, if there's somebody who's hit by a car, to my point, Caleb, or to my colleague Caleb's point, I don't want that on my conscience. So, you know, what happens in Hartford happens in Hartford, but I'm looking out for this community.
Okay. Thanks, Todd. Any other comments from members of the commission? All right. I'm going to offer a couple, if you don't mind. First of all, I want to thank the members of the community that came out and those who vocalized their opinion on this application, as well as the patience of the people who sit up here and the people who sit out there listening to it and taking all that into consideration. We had over 70 people who came out and testified on this particular application. I have sat on planning and zoning for a decade, and I cannot remember any application, and that's literally hundreds, if not thousands of applications over 10 years that I have been on this commission, where we had that level of public input. So I am a firm believer in the more input we get from members of the public, the better off all of us are. Whether I agree with that input or not, it may be a different story. But again, thank you to members of the public, as well as the applicant for putting this forward and also attempting to make some modifications. I do think that those modifications did fall short, and I'll touch upon that in a second. But I want to thank them for bearing with us as we asked a series of questions. Some of them may have been viewed as being tough, but I think that that's our role sitting up here, is to ask tough questions and hopefully get responses from the applicant, whatever applicant on any application, that satisfy what we're asking. I have a reputation for doing that, and I think that with regards to the parking questions that were asked by me and by other members of the commission up here and were brought forth by several members of the community that came out and testified on this application, I just think that they fell short in answering those questions adequately and to the satisfaction of the issue of public safety in this particular location. I'll say that courts do allow a legal presumption that commissioners are afforded a level of consideration as to the flow of their communities. We all up here live here. We all have lived here probably collectively amongst us for hundreds of years. So we are familiar with that area, and I'm sure if that other members of the commission have done what I've done since the application come forward and sort of sat out there and sort of see what the flow of traffic is. This is not just a school zone that's used for school purposes. This facility, JFK Middle School, I know for a fact, is used by the Park and Recs Department for a number of different programs that they run throughout the year, including our youth basketball program, which runs on Saturdays and Sundays throughout the winter months, and that provides for traffic. Any overflow on this parking situation really has no place to go. I asked the applicant where they think it would go, and I was essentially told, and I don't want to put words in the mouths of those folks, it doesn't matter. That we can't make a presumption that there's going to be more than one car per bedroom, which they say that they've afforded by these plans. That's actually not true. This is, again, as Commissioner Wolowski stated, this is a 63-bedroom apartment that's being proposed here, building that's being proposed here with 70 parking spaces. That would include, those 70 spaces include 3 handicap spaces, designated handicap spaces, and 7 EV spaces, as Commissioner Wolowski pointed out. And that really means that we're looking at 60 unencumbered spaces, which comes out to a factual number of 0.95 parking spaces per bedroom. I'm 59 years old. I've been driving since I was 16. I've been familiar with cars since I was basically 3. I'm not sure what a .095 car looks like. I haven't seen one to date, and I don't know anybody who's ever shown me one, so I don't even know what that means, except that I think that it means this in this case. And as I stated during the public hearing, and one of my questions was that FHWA, the Federal Highway Administration, has done studies and showed that the car ownership is roughly 1.78 vehicles per household. So if you have a 1-bedroom, which would account for a household under the definition of what a household is by federal standards, that would assume that it would be 1.75 cars per that household. So we're out of whack here by at least a vehicle with regards to the number of parking spaces that would be available under this. Commissioner Wolowski went through our last 3 approvals on affordable housing. He also spoke to 21-29. We were required by that statute to vote with a 2/3 majority on both the Planning and Zoning Commission, as well as the chief legislative body of every town is required to vote with a 2/3 majority in order to opt out of any of those provisions. Those provisions included ADUs, with our accessory housing units, which we opted out of. Additionally, it included, in another public act, marijuana dispensaries, which we opted out of by at least a 2/3 majority on that. And it also included parking provisions which would have allowed, if we had not opted out, for us to only allow for 1 parking space per unit under our regulations. Our regulations are couched in public safety. It says it in the preamble to our regulations, and our regulations require 2 spaces per unit unless it's an age-restricted unit where there's only 1.5 spaces required per unit. The applicant then went on to give us a couple of examples under a memorandum that we received from them. I think it's dated August 1st of this year. Went on to cite 4 different affordable housing projects that they were involved in, 2 in Middletown and 2 in Bloomfield. Just real quick, the first one was Crest Knoll, or Knoll Crest, I'm sorry, which is out of Middletown, and that comprised of 96 1-bedrooms and 62 bedrooms, a total of 216 bedrooms, with 232 striped parking spaces available, which comes out to a ratio of 1.07 per bedroom. Woodgate was another project that they offered as an example. That's a project also located in Middletown. That comprised of 84 units, 12 one-bedroom and 72 bedrooms for a total 72 two-bedroom units, a total of 156 bedrooms. That ratio comes out, and 166 price spaces, a ratio of 1.06 parking spaces per unit, or per bedroom, sorry. Beaman Brook, which is located in Bloomfield, that provided for, or consists of 116 two-bedroom units for a total of 225 striped parking spaces, or 0.97 bedroom, or parking spaces per bedroom. Finally, the applicant offered up Winterberry Place, which is also located in Bloomfield. That comprises of 56 two-bedroom units and 225 striped parking spaces, 112 bedrooms at a ratio of 2.01 spaces per bedroom. What is being proposed here, as was stated earlier, doesn't meet that number, any of those numbers at all. It is well below all of those numbers that the applicant provided as examples of parking being adequate in the projects that they were giving us as examples of what would happen here. We also, as part of our testimony, we heard from a number of people, which I would just like to sort of bring out. So first of all, in our hearing dated that we had on May 20th of this year, a gentleman, Greg Curran of 48 Working Street, came out. Greg Curran is a municipal police officer, identified himself as a municipal police officer, who was asked and affirmed that based on his familiarity with the area and the profession of law enforcement, the project would present a safety concern. Specifically, the parking overflow would provide that concern. The applicant dismissed Officer Kern as, want to make sure I get it here, as a guy that does little more than, quote, shoot a radar gun every once in a while. I think that that's both disrespectful, and I think that it's unrealistic. And I think that Mr. Curran's testimony could qualify, or does qualify, as professional testimony as somebody who's trained in traffic flow and public safety issues. We also heard from a number of developers in town, Tony DeNorfio, Mike Riccio. These are developers who have been in town for a number of years, have done a number of projects. In the case of Mr. DeNorfio, he's also an attorney, as well as somebody who has done a number of affordable housing units throughout the state. And his words, again, on May 20th, 2025, to this commission were as follows: parking is inadequate for a proposed number of units. They should have a minimum of 102 parking spaces under previous affordable housing developments. So all of those lend themselves to what we're talking about here. The other thing that I would bring up is sightline visibility. I think that the sightline visibility in this area is I don't want to use the word dangerous, but it certainly raises concerns with regards to traffic flowing in and out of there. Finally, I just want to mention the applicant stated when he was asked why are we doing this here, and what he said was, Southington needs more affordable housing. In 2021, this commission, many of the people who sit here today were involved in this. We undertook a affordable housing evaluation and analysis, and ultimately approved a housing plan that currently sits on our books, and it's one that we follow along with our POCD and our regulations. That that housing plan found that of the 17,447 total housing units that we have in the town of Southington at the time that was done, there's more now, I acknowledge, 2 years ago, right? 8,200 of those units qualify financially as affordable. So that is both under the state definition of what's affordable, as well as the financial constraints of what the state says is affordable. A bulk of those do not qualify as affordable housing because they do not have a 40-year deed restriction on those units, which I think is a problem with the 830G statute. That's put that aside. However, I think that the statement that Southington needs more affordable housing, I said it at the time, and I think a number of the members of this commission also echoed this sentiment. We do have affordable housing in Southington. We do have diverse housing in Southington. I, as someone who has campaigned in this town, because I've been elected to two different municipal elections and hit over 6,000 doors in this town, I can attest that there are a diversity of units, a diversity of options, and most of those are affordable, and it's backed up by the housing plan, which recognized that 46.99% of our total housing stock in Southington is affordable. I don't think we need more affordable housing in town. I think that, and I'll say this about this project may be a good project. It may be something that is great, in fact. It may provide even more options for folks, young adults, young professionals. But this project in that location is wrong. This project in that location is a public safety hazard. This project in this location has a potential to put a chokehold on that part of our town, which I think adversely affects not just the people that live there, but the businesses that are there, any future businesses that may be in that area, which includes the downtown Plantsville area, which we just put a ton of money into revitalizing, and there's more apartment units that showed up there as a part of that revitalization. And I think all of that lends itself to the reasons why I'll be voting in favor of this denial. I thank, again, members of the commission, I thank members of the public for coming out and sharing their thoughts with you. We are an elected body. We are not a body like the planning and zoning commissions in the cities of Hartford or West Hartford or New Haven or Bridgeport, where those people are appointed. We are here to represent the people that elect us. The electorate of this town have elected, all the people that you're seeing up here have elected all of us, some of us by a very wide majority, and I think we're here to do our job, which is to represent the people that put us here, and I think that a vote to deny is a step in that right direction. And with that, Dave, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Gaida?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Wolowski?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Hammersley's an emphatic yes on denial. With that, the motion to deny carries 7-0. Moving on to item 10D, Buck LLC, site plan modification application for Flex Place Building outside storage area, property located at 50 Mastriani Place. This is owned as an I-2. This is SPR 1823.3. This is a site plan that I think previously, Stephen, you can affirm this or not. I think that we had approved this a number of times, and I think that this is a modification, if I'm recalling correctly. But floor is yours, sir.
See if I can get this, figure this computer out.
Come on, Steve, you know what you're doing.
It says the password's here, but 5050.
Secret
Sorry.
password for a reason.
Dave, you want to come over and do
That's
this?
fine.
Huh?
Won't get you very far.
Steve, I got a month left here. I don't know if you're trying to wait me out here or not.
No, I swear I'm putting in the right stuff.
I'm teasing you. You do a great job.
Caps lock's on.
It should have been ready for me. Should have been all
Good time, though.
ready to go.
I'd like to get out of here by 8 o'clock, just so people
gonna-
can
I'm
do
gonna
what they
give you
need
that.
to do and get home to their
First
families,
try.
but I could sit here all night. You get it, Dave? You got it.
You got it.
All right. Go for it, man.
So I was gonna come over and help you with the computer.
I was gonna say, usually my associate is over here struggling, and I'm trying to help
I'm
him.
going to help you, Steve.
Tonight, it's me. So good evening, Mr. Chair and Commission members. For the record, Stephen Judas with the Office of Cole Civil and Survey, 876 South Main Street. Tonight, here on behalf of Buck LLC. This, Mr. Chairman, you're correct. This site has been before you couple times. I know there was definitely a site plan submitted and approved. I think then we came back with a modification of that site plan, and then there was some work done on site that wasn't really part of the original plan, so we came back with a restoration plan. That restoration plan has been fulfilled, and now we are back with another proposed modification. This is a little smaller than what we had originally proposed. We're proposing, let me just back up. It's a 1.81 acre parcel in an I2 zone, located at 50 Mastriani Place. And the proposal now is to build a 6,250 square foot building that is located in the, I would say, the southwest corner of the property. And we have a parking area that we're proposing to accommodate that building. The site has public water and public sewer service, gas and electricity. Stormwater, there's an existing detention basin on site. We're proposing to make some modifications to that basin to address stormwater runoff and meet your Zyro requirements. As you can see along this southerly boundary, there's the existing berm and buffer that was required to, it was originally there, it was disturbed, and then it was reestablished, and we're maintaining that berm. We're also gonna add a fence along the edge of that berm, along the residential properties to just shield them from a proposed area of outside storage to the, I guess, to the south of the building. We also have boulders proposed along that buffer area, just to make sure there's no future impact to that area and it stays the way it's supposed to be. We also propose some berms with landscaping around the front of the property, just to give it a cleaner, friendlier look from the street. We've met with staff, we've had comments, and we've addressed those comments, and I'm happy to answer questions from you if you have any for me.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Commissioner Wolaski.
A couple quick questions, Steve. When was this originally approved? Do you remember?
Oof, I'm gonna say 22, 23.
All right, so within the last 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well,
So-
the subdivision was approved years ago.
Right, right.
And then the road was constructed, but nothing ever happened with any of the lots.
Okay.
So,
I'm just trying to see if I was part of the original approval, so.
I think
mean,
you were here.
In 2022, I was here.
Yeah, I think you were. It was definitely after COVID, so
So you're
everything
looking
in
at-
my life is based on COVID.
All right,
So,
so you're looking at
Everything?
decreasing the size of the building.
yeah.
Was the outside storage originally approved, or is that a new twist?
So the original, I think we always had some outside storage. The original site, actually, the original plan came in, had the building, the building had, the site has some topography to it. There's an upper level and a lower level, and this plan might be, kind of see where the slope is. So originally, we had a building that kind of was L-shaped and had a walkout on the backside. And then we had a small building in the back. And then we revised that building, we moved it to the north property line and made it smaller. And now we're moving it down to the lower section. The topography there has just made it a little challenging for him to find a cost-effective solution to construct the building. So the building has gotten smaller, and it's turned into a one-level building, typical flex space that, like the building next door that was constructed.
Okay, so looking at the print, the outside storage is located towards the street,
Yes.
and it's fenced in.
It's fenced along the residential side. That's the requirement for the I2 zone.
Okay.
The I2 zone is actually one of the more friendlier outside storage
Lenient,
zones.
lenient.
Lenient, yeah. So is that gonna be viewable, like, will the outside storage be?
What we're proposing is a berm and
Berm.
landscaping
So
in that
it'll
area.
be minimally
Yes, yeah,
viewable
that's the whole
for
point of the
neighbors?
berm, yep,
Okay,
Yep.
all right, and it'll be landscaped?
yes,
Okay.
yep,
All right,
absolutely.
thank you.
That was something that we added for that purpose, to try to give a nice presentation from the street.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions of the applicant? Caleb?
What's the use of the storage?
It will be, we've kind of come in with a bunch of these, that they're basically flex spaces. They're
Oh.
for small contractors,
So
storage,
there's nothing
things
locked in
like
stone
that.
yet?
It's that?
It's nothing locked in stone?
No, it's
Kind of on
spec,
spec.
on spec, yeah.
That's it.
You all set? Any other questions of the applicant? Anything else you want to say, Steve?
Just thank you
Yep.
for listening to me.
As always, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Looking for a motion on item 10D.
I'll make a
Commissioner
motion to
Wolski?
approve
Yeah.
SPR 1823.3 with the following stipulation that the Health Department approval, which is pending, has been satisfied.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second? Commissioner Britton with a second. Any further discussion from members of the commission? Please call the roll, Dave.
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Gaida?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Wolowski?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Hammers is a yes. Motion carries 7-0. It's approved.
Thank you again
Thanks,
for your
Steve.
time.
Again. Item 10E, Bowler Engineering Site Plan Application for Proposed Development, including one 7,225 square foot building, associated parking, stormwater management features, landscaping and lighting, property located at 1744 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike. This is zoned as a business zone, and it's SPR 1903. I'm looking for a motion to table on this one. We haven't heard back, or staff hasn't heard back on their comments from the applicant, so we're looking to table this one. Commissioner Wolowski?
Yes, I'll make a motion to table SPR 1903.
Motion to table, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ma with a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 10F, Connecticut Masons LLC Site Plan Modification Application Revision to show a reduction in the number of buildings from 5 to 2 industrial buildings. This is property located at 60 Mastriani Place, is zoned as an I2, just like the last one. SPR 930.1, again, similar to the last one that Steve had presented. This is a proposal that we had previously approved and is now coming back for a modification. Mr. Bravino, would you like to speak to that, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. What is this?
I need you to close that mic, Seb. I can't hear your beautiful voice.
Okay, there we go. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commission members. I hope you can hear me now.
Yep,
My name is Sev Bovino, planner with Kratzer Johnson Associates, represented the applicant. The
can I get
property's
an address on Chrysler Jones Associates, please, Seb, just for the record? Can I get an address?
Oh,
We didn't have-
1755
There you go.
Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in
Excellent.
Milldale.
Excellent. Thank you.
The property is located at 60 Mastriani Place at the end of the cul-de-sac. So the end of the cul-de-sac, looking at this property here, the cursor, it's kind of hard to see, but the cul-de-sac is located right here. That's the end of the property. Oh, so this might work then. Oh, okay, it does work.
Nice.
So that's the cul-de-sac. The property heads north and east, south, and then comes back to the cul-de-sac. Property is zoned I2, served by public water and sewer. The land area is about 4 acres property there. This property was approved for a flex space located in 5 buildings a few years ago. And it's the next slide, and it should be visible there. We had 5 buildings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was approved, and the current layout is exactly the same. And except now, this building here, which is under construction, is the same as the previous approval. And this one here, we went from 4 buildings here to 1 single building. We are before you tonight for a site plan modification, which I just explained. We are proposing 2 buildings, one of which is under construction. This building is about 3,200 square feet. It will be used for office space to serve this facility here, which will be mostly occupied by one business, which is Connecticut Masons Incorporated, the large mason company, and he will take most of this space, and maybe you'll have a little bit of space for rental based on what happens with his business. The proposed building is 20,250 square feet. The lot coverage allowed in this zone is 50%. We propose 13.5%. All lighting will be full cutoff LED on buildings only, no light poles around the property. We propose bituminous paving for the entrance up to in front of the two buildings. So as you come in, the entrance will be blacktop up to this area here. So this is office space. This will be entry to the business here. All this is blacked up with the handicap parking. The distance between the spaces, curb to curb, is 70 feet. Normally, we show 60 feet. But because this business recognized that they're gonna have a lot of pickup trucks, which is kind of large, so we expanded the parking from 60 to 70 feet from curb to curb. The rest will be millings. We propose a small area of storage in the northeast corner here. This area is surrounded by woods and the Quinnipiac River, and that's business area on the other side where we have the bowling alley and the new body shop that's on that side. And on the north side here, we have the state of Connecticut property. This small area, it will be fenced in. All the drainage system was built with the previous plan. They built all the drainage system in there. We're proposing some minor changes to the drainage because now the building is overlapping some of the drainage. So we're gonna remove some of the pipes that go from this westerly side to the east side, and we're gonna reroute this drainage to the northwest corner and run it back to the same place. All the E&S control notes and details are on the plan. We received comments from staff, responded in writing. Engineering has agreed to stipulate one comment I believe number 28 on the list, related to the slope, riprap that we use on the slope at the entrance in this area here. We had a 1-to-1 slope. The engineer recommended that we do better than that. And so we are going to do 2-to-1 or 1.5-to-1, which he agreed to that approach. And we would like the commission to consider approving it with that stipulation. That was the only thing that was left between ourselves and the town engineer, assistant engineer. We have about 40 feet away from the rail to trail here. We have a fence, 7-foot fence, and a row of evergreen trees proposed the same way as the plan was approved in the past. At this point, if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Thanks, Sam. Any questions for members of the commission? Caleb?
Hi, Seb. So my big concern is the outdoor storage at the, I guess that's the southeast corner.
Northeast corner.
Northeast corner. Now, that's right along the Quinnipiac River.
No, it's right here. Oh, yeah, the river is down here. We're on this area here, yes.
Okay. I'm
The
trying to look
river
at my-
runs north-south in this direction, and it's the distance to the river. You can see that's the curb line here.
Yep.
The river is down in this area here.
What's the distance on that about?
Pardon?
About what's the distance between the curb line and the river?
It's probably over 100 feet because we have a 100-foot buffer there,
Is that upgrading or down?
downgrading,
So the river's down?
yes.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
We do have a stormwater scepter here, which you know, like an oil water separator for grit and water quality. So if there's anything here, really, the applicant didn't even want to show it. But then I said, Dave, I think, asked me if there was any storage. So I said, he probably is going to have something stored there, equipment or something. So we want to identify a spot because we don't want it here along the rail to trail. That's right there.
Right.
And it's either you put it here or on this corner, but here people will come in. That's where the clients will come in. We'd rather have it in this corner here.
So around the entire building, is that gonna be processed or,
Right here, millings will be from this point here all the way around to this location. This part here, it's all blacked up.
okay, so that will all be permeable in the whole?
This is a permeable surface, yes.
Okay.
Semi
And-
permeable.
But there's, besides that, is there any green space or grass along the curbing? Is that,
It's all grass. This is all sloped. Oh, actually, it's already stabilized growth in this area here. And also over here, it's all grass. The green area that's shown is actual grass.
okay,
So what you see in green is grass.
is green? Good.
It's not a fake, it's not
Not an
pavement.
illusion.
It's so descriptive. All right, no, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any other questions for members of the commission? Commissioner Wallowski?
Just to elaborate on Commissioner Cole's engineering, satisfied that the outdoor storage is not an environmental hazard of any kind.
No, there wasn't any concerns for environmental.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Dave, this adheres to our regulations, yes?
Yes, Mr.
Yep.
Chairman.
Okay. Seb, anything you want to add?
No, thank
You all
you.
set? Okay. Looking for a motion on item 10F. Commissioner Wallowski.
I'll make a motion to approve SPR 930.1 with the following stipulation that health, fire, and water comments are all addressed prior to
Construction.
construction.
I think there's one other step too, Mr. Chairman, regarding the
Oh,
slope.
regarding the engineering
Yeah.
comment?
Yeah.
Yes, so I'll amend my approval to include the engineering stipulation regarding the
Riprap.
riprap for the 2-to-1 slope or 1.5 to 1
To 1
slope,
slope.
whatever seems to work.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion with several stipulations. Do we have a second?
I'll second
Commissioner
that.
Britton with a second. Is there any further discussion from members of the commission? Seeing none, Dave, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Gaida?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallowski?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Commissioner Hammers is a yes. Motion's approved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out tonight. Item number 11, this is approval of our 2026 meeting schedule. Members may recall that typically in September, October timeframe, we do approve the calendar for the upcoming year, which would be next year. The schedule that was sent out to everybody outlines a similar schedule that we've had for at least a decade that I've said here, which is the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock, with the exception of July, August, and December, where there's only one meeting in consideration of the holiday. Is there only one in February as well? In consideration of the holiday and, or holidays, and our summer schedule. So, do we have a motion to approve that schedule?
I'll make a motion to accept the schedule as written for the 2026 calendar year.
Okay, we have a motion, Commissioner Coles, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 12, which is receipt of new applications. Dave, you want to touch on the 4 that we have there?
Sure. First one, BJ's Wholesale Club at 75 Spring Street. They want to put in a 4,800 square foot car wash. Item B, there is in-law suite, 562 square feet at 827 Pleasant Street. Another one at 863 Old Turnpike is for a attached 2-car garage that will exceed the 3-space max for the property. And the final one is for a new restaurant within an industrial zone, but it's a rebuild, redevelopment of the site, which is allowed under special permit. So that is for a site plan and special permit, at 5 Atwater Street.
Okay, so those are on the horizon, and they'll be coming up at some time in the near future. Anything else before we look for a motion to adjourn? All right, seeing none, can we get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Commissioner Britton with a motion to adjourn, is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Gaida, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks, folks.